welcome to this week's conversation. I'm going to give you about a minute to find me. I know that some of you are really interested in having this conversation about how to make decisions while fully standing in your power. So we have lots to dive into during this conversation. I am going to be sharing with you three ways, three ways that I am able to make decisions from this place of empowerment. And this is what I teach, and this is what I coach my clients on how to be able to navigate their lives in this space, right? So, if you're joining me, please say hello. I would love to say hello back. If you're new to my world, welcome. My name is Julie Sasha Cloutier. I am an energetics coach. I'm a soul purpose coach, numerology mentor. And what I love to do is to help women get soul aligned, get completely aligned with their soul purpose, with their innate power, with their wisdom, with their gifts, so that they can impact this world with all of their magic. There's a reason why you came here, and there's a reason why you have this soul urge within you. It's like this invisible thread that is just pulling you, right? It wakes you up early in the morning, or it has you envying somebody else when you're seeing another woman walking her path in a certain way. The reason why this is all happening is that you came here for a reason. There's a reason why you were born in a specific day, and there's a reason why you were given that specific name. You came in with an electromagnetic signature, a frequency that you are emanating, that you are broadcasting to the entire planet. And you definitely didn't come here to struggle. You definitely didn't come here to just pay bills and die, right? It's harsh, but that's the way that I like to convey it, because the way that I'm saying this to you will activate something within you. You know, it will kind of wake you up and say, yeah, she's right. I didn't come here to just pay bills and die. I came here for a reason. There's a reason why I am no longer feeling fulfilled in my job, my career. There's a reason why I don't feel like I'm creating some kind of movement or an impact. There's a reason why I am not motivated to get up in the morning. There's a reason why I'm living for my weekends, or I can't wait for my holidays, right? There's a reason why that you are not feeling that joy and that fulfillment and that deep connection to your soul and to your soul's mission, right? Your destiny. There's a reason why you're feeling like something is missing, right? And you just cannot remain in the space that you're in right now, but you're not too sure exactly how to jump, how to leap, how to light leap. That's how I like to say it. How to take that light leap, right? You're not exactly sure what that looks like or how that looks like. You want to, there's this intention, but something's holding you back. Something's holding you back. So this is what I love to do. This is where I come in with my wizardry, and I help you see where you are getting in your own way. I help you reconnect with your soul purpose, with your innate power, with everything that you came in with. I help you experience this deep soul remembrance. And once you experience that, you can never go back. It's like you cannot unsee what you've seen, right? And once you've experienced that, once you've fully witnessed yourself on a soul level, then I help you move through whatever it is that is holding you back, whatever it is that's keeping you living life in a loop all the time. I call it Groundhog's Day. There's a movie about it. Okay, so let's talk about how you can start making your decisions while fully standing in your power. Now, there are three ways, right, that I have discovered for myself. I've been on this journey of enlightenment, of self-discovery, of soul expansion and evolution and ascension for so long. And I have to say that in 2012 is when it really all made sense to me. And it's really when Pandora's box opened up, right? There was a lot of stuff that came out. And that's when I went through a massive burnout. And that's when I started seeing the world in a different way. And I knew that I could no longer stay where I was, that I could no longer live my life or navigate life the way that I had been, because it just wasn't working for me, right? So I was a mother. I wanted to show up for my children. I wanted to show up for myself. I knew I was here for something. And so I've been on this journey for years, and I'm continuing to unravel, to unfold, to expand, to evolve. It's an upward spiral. We never ever stop expanding and ascending. That's the whole point. We came here for this. We came here to evolve. So it's like a never ending journey. And I've learned how to start making decisions for myself from a place of power. And being a life path 8, this is my trajectory. It is part of what it is that I came here to learn, to understand, and to master. And because I'm a Heart's Desire 7, I am here to teach what I have learned, right? And so when you want, first of all, when you are making a decision, right, you have to kind of look at yourself, take a step back, and start looking at all the decisions that you've made so far in your relationships, your career or business, your health, and see where you are at right now in these aspects, right? Like, where are you? Are you fulfilled in all of these aspects or these areas of your life? Or are there some where you're okay, but others not so much? And it's to go and see, play a bit like the Sherlock Holmes, and to go see, well, why is that? Because you made certain decisions. It was like an accumulation of decisions that have gotten you to where you are today. And right now we're in, as I am doing this live, we are in a universal year 6, and we're also in a universal month 6. And this month is all about taking responsibility, radical responsibility for what you've chosen for yourself, for what you've created. And there's a lot of power behind this. Once you choose to become fully 100% unapologetically responsible for everything that comes out of your mouth, every action you take, every decision you make, your life will change. It is such an empowering place to be. And that is one of the things that I wanted to share with you. And for me, it comes in to self-love, right? That's the first thing that I really dove into when I started my path to healing, to enlightenment, okay? Self-love, and I've said this before, but I'm going to repeat it again. Self-love is so much more than just going for a massage once a month or getting your nails done or, you know what I mean, taking a bath, all this stuff. Those things are fantastic. They're great. I am not saying that they don't help. Of course they do. But the self-love that I'm talking about is honor. It's honoring your brilliance. It's honoring your essence. It's honoring who you are at a core level, at a soul level. Honoring that. And when you honor yourself like this, that means that you have sacred boundaries. And sacred boundaries can look different. We have our physical boundaries, we have emotional boundaries, and we also have energetic boundaries. This is something that I teach in Force Field, which is one of my self-study master courses. And I will put the link in the description once this live is up as a replay so that you can take a look at it. And this is like fundamental. Where we are today in this incredible humanitarian planetary shift, we need to know how to manage our energy. We need to know how to create sacred boundaries. And everything starts in the energy. I'm a certified energy healer, right? And the first thing that I was taught in a closed initiate school for mystics and sages, that was back in 2012, was how to manage my energetic field, how to properly ground myself, how to shield and protect myself, how to cut energetic ties, how to clear my auric field, because we do have rips and tears. So how do you repair it? How do you clear it? How do you make sure that your energy is clean? How do you make sure that you're not taking on other people's crap? How do you make sure that you don't have this energetic muck, that's what I like to call it, that is just floating around in your auric field, and that eventually it becomes a physical ailment? How do you do that? I teach this in force field. And this is how you love yourself. Every single decision you make, every action you take, every word that comes out of your mouth, it needs to come from a place of self-love, of deep honor, honoring yourself. And I love the energy behind the word honor, because it's like beyond this self-love that we hear about, right? A lot of people are talking about self-love, but it's like, let's take it to a higher level. It's like high love. This is higher love here, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is the energy I'm talking about. It's like, it's beyond the salt baths and the massages. It's beyond that. It's loving yourself to the core, and loving yourself so much that you are willing to make decisions for yourself, no matter how uncomfortable it makes other people. That's how you start making decisions while you're fully standing in your power. It is one of the ways that I have learned. So if you're a people pleaser, this is going to be challenging for you. Now, if you have the number 6 in your core sequence, so your destiny number, your heart's desire number, and especially your life path number, this is going to be an energy that you're going to have to master, right? If you also have a 6 in your karmic lessons and in your challenge cycles as well, okay? So, and these are all things, these are all numerical codes that are within your chart. If you've never received a reading, I invite you to take a look at my description. I have a certain type of reading that I've created over time. It's called Light Leap, and it's so much more than just a reading. This is a breakthrough soul session, because we get to dive into a specific aspect that you choose in your life, a specific area that you want to break through, where you want to break the glass ceiling. And within 90 minutes, we do. All right. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, take a look in the description as well. It's called Light Leap. Okay. And so when you know your codes, right, you're able to start understanding, well, what energies are coming up, right, in my life, and why, and what is it that I came here to transmute, to alchemize into light. Right? So I know, being a life path 268, I have the 6 as well. I know that I came here to bust through this whole people pleasing bullshit. I'm going to call it what it is, because it is bullshit. Right? It is so energetically depleting. Right? So if you have a 6, you're most likely battling this one. You're battling this whole challenge, and that's okay, because what's really interesting is that even though if you are calibrating to the shadow aspect of the 6, which is self-sabotaging and people-pleasing and over-nurturing and all that stuff, it's okay, because it's within the shadows that you can find these important and massive and powerful, life-changing life lessons. And then you can transmute them into your greatest strengths. And that's what I have done over time. It took me a while, but I did it. And if I can do it, so can you, right? And so now that is the number, I have to say though, that just tends to go to people pleasing right away. There are other numbers as well where personal boundaries are really important. The number 2 and the number 4 are other numbers that tend to people please. They tend to have really poor personal boundaries. Okay, so take a look at your codes. And again, if you don't know them, then I invite you to get a reading from me. Then everything is going to be so much clearer for you, which brings me to the second way for you to really start making decisions while standing in your power, and that's having a deep sense of self. If you don't know who you are, you will never make decisions that are soul aligned with you, like with your purpose, with your destiny, with your gifts, with your soul mission. Never. What's going to end up happening is that you're just going to make decisions according to what other people believe, their wants, their needs. You're going to fall in line instead of being in alignment. And those are world apart. Like these two ways of being are worlds apart, right? Falling in line with what other people believe, what it is that you should be doing or what you should be saying and how you should be showing up is such a huge challenge for you because you don't know who you are. You don't know what it is that you came here to do or to be. You have no idea. And it's almost like you are put in this box and you're left in the dark, right? It's like, here you go. We created this box for you. This is what we deemed fit for you. Go in there and just, well, move around a little bit, but don't step out of the box. But that's where you belong. Stay there. It's like you're categorized. Boom. And that's not who you are. You didn't come here to fit in. That's why it's not working for you right now. That's why wherever you're at right now, it just doesn't, it's like an old shirt that's too tight and too, you know what I mean? And it's like, I just want to take the shirt off and put something else. It's like, it's suffocating me. I don't feel good in this, right? I want to break free. I have that song of Queen, Break Free. I want to break free. That one. That's the one that's coming. That's what Spirit is bringing in, right? And so when you have a deep sense of self, what happens is that you see your power. You see it, and then you start integrating it. And that's the magic with numerology. That's where the power lies. See, my clients, what happens is that once they see, they have tangible evidence, right? Because it's like, it's the metaphysical, right? It's science meets spirituality. It's like, it's the best of both worlds. And when they see who they came here to be and what they came here to do, and they see their power, like I said earlier, they can no longer unsee it. It's like they've seen it. I've lifted the veil. Boom. And now they have all of this solid, tangible confirmation that they are freaking brilliant, that they are magical, divine femmes. And then what happens is that you start believing what you're seeing. It's like, yes, this is me. And you start integrating these codes. It's like, yes, 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 I'm a Destiny 5. I came here to disrupt. I came here as an original thinker. That's my zone of genius. I don't belong in a cubicle. I don't belong in the corporate cage. No wonder that I was feeling suffocated in that cubicle. Now I get it. I am here to express myself from here, from the heart. I'm here to lead this passionate, heart-centered, moving type of energy life, right? Like Indiana Jones from the stars. No wonder. Imagine you have all of this incredible information about you. And then it all makes sense. Everything starts making sense. And you start making decisions that are better aligned with what you now know about yourself. It's not that you didn't know. It's that you forgot. It's that over time you were so heavily programmed by your parents, by society, and nobody's doing it on purpose. It's just, that's what it is. And because we were just imprinted and programmed at a very young age, we forgot why the heck we came here. Like we have a little glimpse, we have these little ideas and stuff and visions and soul urges, but nothing is clear until I come in. Until I bring forward your soul story, which is why numerology is this incredible, universal, infinite language. It's been in existence for centuries. It's an ancient teaching, and there's a reason why it's still around. It is so freaking accurate and powerful and insightful, right? And you get slightly obsessed after a while. Stick with me long enough and you'll become obsessed with numerology like I am. Ask my students. And so what happens is that when you start seeing your power, so first you have this deep sense of self, right? It's like you know what you came here to do, who you came here to be, your soul gifts, everything, your life themes, your challenges, your shadows, you know it all. It's like you know it now. And then you start making decisions differently. It's like you are no longer willing to settle. You're no longer willing to please, because every time you kind of go back there, it doesn't feel good anymore. It feels more uncomfortable. And you don't want that discomfort. You just want to feel that freedom, right? To be authentic, to be you. So self-love, deep sense of self. The third thing that I over time had discovered was to connect with my innate wisdom. We all have it. We all have that old sage within us, that wise sage within us, it's sitting at a mountaintop and just is connected with the universal intelligence, is connected with source, is connected with our higher self. It's like, we all have this. But again, what happens is that society has programmed us to be stuck here. We suffer from what I call the monkey mind. Ooh, everything just is all monkey mind. It's just going a mile a minute. And at the same time, also what we've been programmed to do is to feel all of these emotions of guilt and shame and fear. And then it goes up to our heads, and then we start overthinking, and then that makes us stress. So we go back here, and then it's like a tennis match. I talk about this a lot. It's like a ping pong match, doom, 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 all the time. You're never fully grounded. You're never fully grounded, which is your natural state. And that is something that I teach in Force Field, like I was saying earlier. We need to learn how to ground ourselves. If you're constantly here or ping-ponging back and forth, I will tell you right now, you will never make a sound decision. Every decision you're going to make is going to be out of fear. That's all. You're just going to want to get out of that discomfort. And it's not necessarily going to be a soul-aligned one. Most like 99% of the time, it's not. Right? It's like a Band-Aid treatment. But when you're fully grounded, when you're connected, right? Because we're talking about connecting to your wisdom. So when you're fully connected with source and then you're fully grounded, it's like you're energetically stretched, but you're anchored in, in both ends. Like you have these energetic set points here. And it's like this beautiful energy is able to flow, right? So everything that comes through, you're able to ground it. It doesn't stay stuck here. It doesn't ping pong back up and down. And things that you take on because, hey, we live in a society, we live in this collective, right? So you're always communicating with people, you're always interacting with people. So when you do, or if you do take on somebody's energy, you will feel it instantly because you're going to be so connected to your wisdom and you're going to be so grounded. So you'll recognize like this thing, this headache that I have, this migraine, this doesn't belong to me. Or this pit in my stomach that I just suddenly got after having a conversation with that person, that doesn't belong to me. That's not me. It doesn't belong to me. And then you get to get rid of it, to release it, to cut energetic ties with it. Again, I teach this in Force Field as well. So what happens is that when you're connected with your innate wisdom, you also start figuring out your life lessons because you're no longer searching outside of yourself for directions. It's a bit like if you're in a car and you're driving a car, this is the analogy that's coming in. It's like you're driving your car and your GPS is not working, so you keep stopping all the time, asking people for directions, but they don't even know where the heck you're going. They've never been where you're going, so they kind of just give you half-assed directions. Well, like think if you keep going, you take the next left, and you're gonna be okay. And then you wind up in a place that you never wanted to be in the first place. But that's because you're taking directions from people who've never been to where you want to go. So your GPS system needs to be online. It needs to be working, and that's your innate wisdom right there. And what happens is that when you start connecting with your wisdom, you'll start figuring out your life lessons. Like what is the world, what is the universe trying to teach me? What did I come here to understand? Why is this pattern always showing up over and over and over again? Why am I always finding myself in the same kind of work environment? Or why is my business just not taking off like I want it to be? Why is it that my relationships always end up this way? Why is it that every time I lose 10 pounds, I gain 15? What's going on? Why is there always this thing that keeps coming back all the time? When you're connected to your innate wisdom, you're able to start making decisions from a place of certainty, from this place of like inner knowingness, where you don't need to ask Tom, Dick, or Harry what it is you need to do, right? The other thing that happens when you are connected to your wisdom, you start channeling. You start channeling whatever messages are meant for you. When you are not connected with your innate wisdom, when you're not connected to source, when you're not fully grounded, right? You are not receiving the messages. You're not receiving the messages that your guides want to convey to you, that source wants to send you. You're not going to get the clarity that you are wanting because you're just too caught up here, right? So think about it. If you don't love yourself enough and you don't honor yourself to the point where you have no boundaries, then that means you're just spreading yourself out thin everywhere. You're falling in line. You're just basically just people pleasing, and you're living a life according to other people's wants and needs. That's number one. When you don't have a deep sense of self, same thing happens. You don't see your power. You don't see your brilliance. You have no idea why you came here. So you end up again settling for whatever is shown to you because you have nothing else to compare it to. You have nothing else that tells you, no, that's just so far off from what you came here to experience. You're so far away from this incredible soul mission that you've chosen for yourself. And when you're not connected to your innate wisdom, then what happens is that you don't get the life lessons, you don't receive the messages that you so desire to receive, and that would actually guide you, become that GPS, right? That inner compass. So you will just end up living your life in the loop. Finding yourself in that job that you hate, finding yourself in that relationship that is toxic, that is depleting your energy, finding yourself with the same health issues, or as soon as you get out of one health issue, whoop, another one comes up. Or finding yourself in a business that's just not thriving. Or, you're about to start it, but for some reason, it's like you take one step forward, two steps back, step forward, two steps back. There's a reason why. Is because you're not making your decision from a place of power. And the power is there. Your power is there. It's never left the building. It's never left the building. It's just that you forgot about it. It's just that you've been programmed to not know how to tap into it. And as women, we are such powerful beings. There is so much power that is residing within you. There's so much power. It's like if you would just take a moment and feel the energy that is coursing through you, you would start remembering just how much power you have. Heck, we are the ones that can give life. We are the ones that can carry life within our bodies. Do you know how powerful that is? We need to go back to the time where women We're seen as the divine femmes that we truly are. You know, I'm thinking of Mother Mary, I'm thinking of Isis, of Hathor, all these incredible women, goddesses, ascended masters who have walked this planet. These women, they are like the poster child or the poster children of women, of the power that resides within us. And I'm inviting you to tap into this. I'm inviting you to start seeing yourself this way. So here's a little piece of homework here for you. I invite you to go and look at yourself in the mirror and really look at yourself in the mirror and see the power that lies within you. I want you to look deeply into your eyes long enough where it starts to feel uncomfortable. You need to push through that. You need to push through that. And I invite you to start repeating to yourself, I am so powerful. I have so much power within me. I'm capable of leading myself from a place of power. Try that. Try that on for size. And I'm telling you, you might feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel like this is so not true. Continue. I want you to repeat this. It is so important for you to start tapping into this innate power that resides within you. And once you do this, once you have this self-love, the deep sense of self, once you're connected to your wisdom, you will see your life transform. And if you want guidance on this, if you want to deepen this journey with me, I have one-on-one mentorship. These are a minimum of 3 months. Then you can do 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, all depending. It's called Luminary. This is where you have me in your back pocket. And we dive into your numerical codes and we move the energy, right? I'm an expert in subtle energy. So we move, we heal, we peel back the layers, we celebrate. I guide you, I support you, I walk next to you, shoulder to shoulder, through the biggest, most incredible moments of your life so that you can break glass ceilings after glass ceilings after glass ceilings. I also have the Unshakable Femme, which is an 88-day mastermind. And this is where you are part of this incredible group of women who want to see, feel, own, and navigate from their innate power. This is where we dive into your chart and I extract specific numerical codes from your charts. And we dive into these codes and I teach you what they're all about. I show you how to start integrating them so that eventually you embody the electromagnetic signature that you brought into this lifetime. We heal through shadows. We have weekly group calls. You have 3 one-on-one mentorship calls with me. You have access, lifetime access to modules. This is like phenomenal. It's a phenomenal space. So I will put all the links in the description. Go and see whatever pulls your heartstrings. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can write in the comments. You can DM me through either Facebook or Instagram. I am here for you. So let's start making decisions from this place of power. And let's start creating that ripple effect that we came here to create. So remember, if it's in your chart, no, if it's in your heart, it's in your chart. I was going to say it the other way around, but if it's in your heart, it's in your chart. There's a reason why you're feeling that soul urge to be, do, and have more. So let's honor that. So on that, I'm sending you all so much love and so much light. Ciao for now.